This podcast is sponsored by HGAP Studios. HGAP Studios is a creative space that is home to some of the most talented people, friendliest service that I've ever seen in Miami. You cannot go anywhere else and receive such wonderful opportunities, collaborations, and inspiration from other creatives in Miami. We're with one of the founders, Kendrick Vasquez.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yes.
Was I supposed to come in on that?
No.
Okay.
No, of course you're supposed to come in on that. Yeah, no, you're good.
But that was a very nice intro. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You don't normally expect that from someone.
No, I'm like, whoa. Is it?
You gotta have like a feedback section, like, you know, every time people finish using the studio, like the feedback session, they hop in the podcast like, hey, so how was your experience? Oh, it was really great. You know, there was electricity, there's an infinity wall.
Things worked?
Yeah. There's a podcast studio, like, all in one place at an affordable rate. Oh my God. No, some of the shoots I've done here, and some of the shoots that some of my creative friends have done here, they're just like, there's no other place that gives you such exceptional service. And so that just leads me questioning, like, what is like the culture of the brand? Like, what's the organizational culture? Because it's just like, what did you do in the beginning to see such great blessings and opportunities now? But before we get into that, yeah, I talk a lot.
I love it. I'm so excited. I'm ready.
For those that don't know who you are, how would you communicate to them?
For those who don't know me and would ask me professionally, hey, what is it that you do? I would say first and foremost, I'm a business owner. I am an entrepreneur. And I run a creative workspace from Wynwood, Florida. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's really good.
That's like the tip of the iceberg, I guess. And then if they would continue to ask me, then I'll go into the full-fledged, well, we're a media and marketing company, really, with a facility that's open to the public, that we just want people to come and create and use and have fun, really.
Yeah. You talk to other visionaries. I don't see we ever talking, because the people that ask you those questions, they sound very sophisticated.
Okay, awesome. I ask those questions. Like, what do you do?
In the mirror, I wake up and just like, I revolutionized Miami. No, where are you from?
I'm actually Venezuelan.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born in Mérida, Venezuela.
Okay.
And my family, I guess, moved here when I was very young.
Okay. Did any of your family members do anything in particular in the creative field? Like painting, cooking, music?
My mom a little bit. To be honest with you, she's very crafty with her hands, so she's like an artisan. She'll make really cool little things. My dad, on the other hand, he was actually a poet, or he is a poet, and he likes to play the traditional guitar that we had in Venezuela called the cuatro.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a guitar with 4 strings.
Okay. But it's not a ukulele.
Or a ukulele.
It's bigger than a ukulele.
Yes.
It's smaller than a bass.
Correct.
But it's similar to the traditional guitars.
Correct. Yeah. I guess the ukulele is the one that kind of fits in there. It looks like a large ukulele. I guess. And guitar.
It is a guitar.
But I think that's where I get it from. And then my dad and my mom are both entrepreneurs, so I guess I followed in that footstep.
Nice. Did they teach you any particular lessons that you can talk to us about when it comes to entrepreneurialism that your parents instilled in you?
Everything that I know, I learned from them, and then obviously I picked it up along the way, educating myself. But I think the biggest thing that they taught me was more persistence and hard work and rock and roll. You keep going at it and going at it and going at it, you'll eventually get somewhere.
Okay. Now, HGAP Studios is a creative facility open to the public. When did you first started dabbling in creative? Like, whether it's photography, painting, when was the introduction
to being a creative?
Yeah, to being a creative. I think that's the best way to word that question.
I think movies started it for me, to be honest with you.
Venezuelan movies?
No,
Oh.
because I moved here when I was about 5 years old. So my Venezuelan culture kind of stayed behind, I guess. I mean, I still eat arepas, which are delicious. But I'm more on the Western culture kind of thing. So yeah, movies from the States.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us one or two movies that like captured your like eye? And when
One
I
or
mean
two?
one or two, yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, till this day, one of my favorite movies, and everyone that knows me is gonna laugh, but it's actually Saving Private Ryan.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think the cinematography of that is insane, and I've always been very into World War II for some reason. So those two things came together, and that movie really was like, I want to make movies like that.
Okay. Now there's people doing that as vlogs.
Correct.
And I'm just
crazy.
like, whoa.
So I guess my world as a creative has always been there. I'm also been a musician. I've traveled the country, toured the country, and I just and I always tied in my artistic side with my entrepreneurship side, and things have happened.
So you were more business oriented, or were you more creative oriented when you first started off?
Oh no, definitely business.
So you did you go to school for it?
For creative?
Yeah.
I went to 2 years for musical engineering, music, recording sessions, all that good stuff, all the stuff that we do in here.
Yeah.
For film, I never really studied film, or photography, I never really studied photography, besides the fact that I just picked it up and started doing it. For business, I've learned everything through my parents and things that I've learned along the way. Picked up, books, seminars, really cool things like that. But I've always been business mindset. If I think of something, or when we were in the band, it was like,
You were in a band?
yeah.
I know you went touring around for music,
Right.
but I didn't know if it was solo or it was with a group.
No, it wasn't solo. It was in a band. But I was more like, all right, this is what we're going to do. Bam, 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 bam. Set up the schedule, set up the tour, set up the thing. Like, all right, we're going to take this thing to the next level. It's not going to be your regular garage band. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to take it to the next level. Let's see where it goes. It's not like, okay, we're going to do it for fun. Like, yeah, we're going to do it for fun. But, we're going to go here with this thing, And that's very important to me.
Yeah.
Having fun. If I'm not having fun while I'm taking this thing to the next level, then I don't want to do it.
But would you call that passion?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think people try to coin the word entrepreneur nowadays in society?
Do I think that people try to coin it?
Yeah. Like it's trendy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people might call themselves entrepreneurs. Which, hey, man, if you're going out there and you're really grinding and hustling, then yes, you're an entrepreneur. But if you just call yourself an entrepreneur and you're just hanging out waiting for something to happen, then no, that's not what that's like.
A dream without steps is a wish.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
I love that. What was your first camera?
My first camera. This is gonna be great. So when I was younger, I was like about 8 years old. I was driving my mom crazy to get me a video camera. Get me a video camera. Get me a video camera. I want to shoot movies. I want to do things. I would actually. So she went ahead. So she went ahead and finally, was like, all right, you're driving me crazy. I'm gonna buy you a little, handheld video camera that takes a little tiny cassettes. I don't even remember what they're called.
Oh my god, they used to take cassettes.
Yes, it's actually sitting in our lobby right now. On the little coffee table. It's there. But ever since I got that thing, man, I was just filming war movies with my friends. We lived behind a golf course that had a lot of dunes, a lot of really cool areas, a lake, and I would just film war movies out there all day with my friends.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
What are some of the titles you came up with?
I remember one of our really good ones was called Snake Eyes.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I don't even remember what the storyline was, but I remember like cutting out a bunch of really cool World War II pictures and then like panning over them with the camera and like, getting a cool effect while the intro was playing for the intros, for the credits. It was so cool. And what we would do was I picked up a couple of little different different techniques along the way. There was this sand dune in the golf course, and I would get a 2x4, and I would do kind of like a catapult mechanism.
Yeah.
You load one side with a bunch of dirt, and then you just run and hop on the other side, and it makes like an explosion of like sand. So that's how our explosions would be. So we would hop, and like sand would be flying everywhere, and like, you know, very handheld, very like in your face, very Saving Private Ryan. And it was so much fun, man.
What you call it? Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
It was more like G.I. Joe before G.I. Joe was G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I don't know why we called it. It was another influence in the group. It's like, we should call it Snake Eyes. That's a great idea. Let's do it. Green light.
Are you gonna participate? Yes. All right. Cool. We're gonna call it
Snake Eyes. Got it.
Whatever gets you on board.
Oh, God. Exactly. We need it.
Okay. I'm assuming Snake Eyes was one of your first creative projects growing up.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was. I think it was a school project.
It was a school project.
It even made it that much better.
What elementary school, middle school, high school?
It was in middle school. It was history.
It was history.
Yeah.
And then
we watched Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, what did you have an awesome history professor?
100%. Have
Yeah.
you seen that movie?
Yeah.
That movie's gory. The first scene will scar you as a little kid.
Oh man, I remember my English courses that I took. I think that was in high school, or one of my favorite professors or teachers at the time, because terms. We watched Bloody Royale. It's like, if I got the title right, I'll correct myself in the video.
Okay.
But if I got the title right, it's basically a bunch of Asian, because I'm gonna just generalize it and butcher it at the same time. So a bunch of Asian students are kidnapped, and then they are put on detonation necklaces, and they are placed in a war zone, and they're giving each a weapon, and then they are like, okay, go kill yourselves now, and then they have to fight for survival.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And they have to kill each other?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that thing will detonate.
If they don't do anything,
someone's gonna die.
Yeah, someone's gonna die, and everyone dies.
Everyone dies, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like, all right, the last guy's standing, and then suddenly.
And then there's a love interest that's on board, but that is one of the goriest.
There always has to be.
Yeah. They go over the top. I appreciate that. I can just imagine the new kids nowadays with the smartphones, they're doing Saving Private Ryan times 10. They're doing Hiroshima something
Yeah.
They're getting into After Effects.
And now they see Fast and the Furious 100, and they're jumping cars from one building to another.
Yeah.
It's like, I could do this.
Yeah. They're just oh, where are we gonna get the cars? Legos.
They're savages though. There are some savage little filmmakers out there.
Yeah.
And I will definitely,
You watch yourself.
Yeah. You go to toe with one of those little filmmakers out there, killing it.
Yeah.
Which is great.
So I hope you guys love this video and the videos that I have been producing.
Let's go.
I love the people, I love the guests. If there's any feedback that you would like to give me, please let me know in the comments below.
Yes.
If you can please subscribe. If there's any way that I can improve on it, let me know. I would be glad to hear it. And I also want to know what's on your mind. This is an ongoing conversation.
Let's go.
I want to understand you guys more. I want to provide more value, more content for you.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that I can do, just please let me know. I'll gladly help out to the best of my abilities to provide you this content.
You're crushing it, bro. Let's go.